Hey everyone at TFL, this is my contribution to the Dude I Love or Hate My Ride. So this is my classic. This is a 1994 GMC Sierra 2500. It features the automatic transmission. It is four-wheel drive, and it has the 5.7 liter 350 engine in it. I'll go over a little bit more how I acquired this truck, but just kind of wanted to give you some overview of it and just see how good of shape it is. So the way I acquired this truck is, this was actually a truck that my neighbor had owned, and he actually bought it brand new in 1994. And what I had done for him is, he was getting older, his health was not so great, so I would actually help him around his house, in his yard, just take care of things that he needed to be done. They actually gifted it to me, so I feel very fortunate and very grateful for that. And it's definitely been fun, and I've definitely enjoyed it. So definitely has a lot of sentimental value to me too. But so one thing, if you know these trucks and just kind of cars from the era, is definitely had a lot of problems with clear coat fading. This one luckily was in a garage, so it is the original paint and it's in very good shape. The only issue I've had is on the cap up on top. It started to have the clear coat fade off, which is pretty interesting, but since that wasn't from the factory from GM, but I just try to keep up on the wax. I put a coat on it every few months, and it definitely seems to help. It's currently in a garage too right now, which helps, so hoping I can keep this original paint pretty good shape, not have those issues. This is the 5.7 liter or the GM 350 engine, very popular engine. It goes in a lot of things. So just things I've kind of done under here. So like I mentioned, it had sit for quite a while when I had gotten it. So I went ahead and changed a lot of the fluids out. So did a complete drain of the coolant. I did change the rear diff fluid and the front diff fluid. And just done oil changes. Transmission fluid was in good shape, so, and the brake fluids, I didn't bother with those, but definitely runs very well. One thing I had to do was this battery. So the battery that was in it when I got it was about 11 years old. It was a pretty good battery, but it had died, and I got to the point where I would have to drive it like once every 2 days, or else the battery completely discharge enough to where it wouldn't turn over. So I went ahead and just invested in this new battery. Haven't had any issues since, so I'm definitely happy with that. One other issue I had was the AC. So I think it had just been more of a matter of fact of it not being used a whole lot, and I would fill it up and then it would just deplete enough to where it wouldn't work. So I did put some dye in it to try and find the leak. And when I had done that, I found that like all these little fittings and stuff had just had leaks all the way around them. So I went ahead and just bought this whole assembly, and it's definitely helped a lot. It's been running a lot better, so definitely happy with that. The only other thing, the other things that I've done under here is I did do new plugs and wires and a new cap and rotor. I had pulled the old plugs and they were getting pretty old, and they had just not been doing very well. I actually had a misfire, so that definitely took care of that. So I'm definitely happy with that. And the only other thing that I replaced, which I don't know if we can see under here, but it's just the throttle position sensor. So the truck just would never rev past 2,000 RPMs. It's a pretty common issue on these when they get older. So I went ahead and just popped in a new AC Delco one, and it's been running very well ever since. So definitely happy with that fix. But it's definitely a very good engine. One thing I forgot to mention is this truck only has about 77,000 miles on it. So it's definitely well catered for, and definitely has a lot of life left. So the interior is in great condition. One of the things I did just kind of help that is I did tint the front windows because I didn't have any tint on it. But I just went ahead and did that just to discourage any fading or cracking of the dash and things like that. So that was a good investment. So like I'd said, it does have 77,239 miles, not a lot. Definitely has a lot of life left, especially in that 350 engine, so very happy with that. I'll close the door just because it is a little cold outside. So just kind of some changes I've made in here. Just some things that I've gone ahead and added. So one of the things is I did add this mirror. This isn't factory, but it is a one feature I did want was, and it's kind of nice in every car, is just an auto Dimmy mirror. So I actually did some research and found they're pretty easy to add in. So I did buy this one, and it actually, so it auto dims, and then it has the home link and stuff like that on it. So, and it has a compass, which I don't use a whole lot, but it definitely was a very nice. This is actually from like a 2007 Infiniti. I just bought it on eBay, and I bought that wiring harness. And one thing luckily is the fit and finish of GM in the Sierra wasn't that great, so it was easy just to run it along the headliner and down this pillar, and it just goes down into the dash. So that was kind of a fun weekend project that I did too. One thing you'll kind of notice up there is that is the microphone for the hands-free calling, and the other thing I added in with that was just an aftermarket stereo. So I just wanted some modern conveniences and Bluetooth and things like that, so went ahead and added that in. And I also redid the speakers, just kind of found ones that would fit in the OEM position. So so it sounds a whole lot better, and it's a lot better than the ones that it had come with. And then this is where your normal stereo is. If you don't have that, that's where the tape deck was. But since this doesn't have much use anymore, you can buy a little pocket and put stuff in, so it's a little more functional. And that is about it. One of the things I had to fix on this was actually this console. So previous owner had actually had this in his garage, and the driver's side was right near the wall pretty much, so you couldn't really open the door to get in. So he would actually climb over the seat and sit on the console and then back into this seat. So just kind of after time, this had definitely gotten pretty janky and started to break. So I took it out and just reinforced it with a bunch of JB Weld and stuff on the inside. It's definitely a lot more stout and functions a whole lot better. And then you may have noticed this before, but these are, so I bought this just to kind of help me with repairs and everything, which helped a lot. So that's definitely come in handy. So if you don't have one of those and you're kind of new to a specific car or something, definitely recommend a repair manual like that. And one cool thing that he had actually kept was this manual. So this is actually for the 1994 Sierra, and this is like the promotional manual they would have given you. So definitely kind of cool. Definitely read through this and kind of seen what different options they offered back in 94, which is definitely super helpful. So and then there's my interior actually. So it's kind of cool to read through this. You don't see this a whole lot, and I don't think many of these survive. So definitely happy with that. But overall, that's my 94 Sierra. Definitely love this truck, and it's been fun to learn a lot more about, this truck, but a lot more about just automotive and mechanical things in general. I've definitely had a lot of fun with that. So I'm definitely excited for the future of this truck, and I think it'll definitely serve me well. But don't really have many things that I hate about it. One of the things that just by modern standards is it isn't very fast, but anything really of this era wasn't. So definitely understand that it's not really the truck's fault, but definitely does the job, and it gets a lot of stuff done. So can't complain much there. But thanks again for taking this tour with me. Hope it was informative and kind of cool to see one of these trucks that survived in nice condition. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.